and welcome back to the next episode of Back in a Mill. Today we have a really exciting guest with us, Victoria Walker, who is the owner and founder of the International Aesthetic Awards. And we'll be talking with her today to get a little bit of insight on how she set up the awards, some of the achievements that she's made, and a little bit of insider info on the event itself. This episode is absolutely not to be missed, and I, for one, cannot wait. Hi Victoria, thank you for coming down today and seeing us.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, we're so excited, especially excited for the awards that are happening on Sunday.
It's going to be incredible.
Can't wait, the lineup is insane.
It's just got better and better as we planned it. It's out of this world. I cannot believe the people that are speaking, the people that are attending.
Wow.
It's going to be one to remember.
Wow, definitely. Do you want to tell me a little bit of your background then into how you got into this?
So I've always been in the industry. I've known that it's always what I've wanted to do. I started from more of a skincare background 17 years ago with a passion for skin. And as time went on, I moved over into aesthetics or added aesthetics because I still do a lot of skin into my business nearly 10 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it was something that I always thought, can't do that. No way can I do that. And then I did it. I thought, oh, I can do this.
Oh, my God.
So when I then further down the line set up a training company, I really resonated with people that think, I'm not good enough to do this, I can't do this.
Oh, really? So that's kind of what stemmed it initially, that was that kind of feeling of not being good enough, or
just thinking I think I've always had confidence in my work, I've always had confidence in my ability, but thinking, oh, that's a big step. Injecting people is a big step. I'm not sure I can do that.
Yeah.
But my husband's definitely been a big cheerleader in forcing me to, you can do it, you can.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, and I think then that self-belief grows as you grow in business.
Yeah.
But I'd got to the peak of what I could achieve within my career without taking that step into aesthetics. So it was like a natural progression. I just needed to make that leap. That's
really interesting. So how long were you injecting them before you went into the awards?
Well, the awards, it's a funny story behind the awards. Having awards was never in my pipeline at all. Pre-COVID, I had my training company, and I had a phone call from a girl who had previously been a student, but we'd kept in touch. She owns an amazing clinic down south somewhere, I want to say Essex, I'm not sure. And we just sort of kept in touch after teaching. And she owned the British Aesthetics Awards. It had just set up, they'd not had their first year. They were maybe 5 months into business, and she was going to university. She said she didn't have the time to do it, and she wanted to give the awards to me. And I thought, oh wow, well, this is intense.
So your heart just went dump.
And you feel like, well, I can't say no. Like, what an amazing thing for somebody to offer you. And there's always a quote that sticks in my head from what's the guy who owns Virgin? Richard
Branson.
Richard Branson.
Branson, yeah.
That take the opportunity, say yes now, and figure out how to do it later. So I just thought,
I love that motto. Do it, agree, but then just see where it goes and just take it step by step.
I think that's how I've got through a lot of my career, just thinking, just take it, because opportunities don't come along twice.
No, and I think as well, it's so important to grab them opportunities in the moment, because if you don't, I think that's where other people can kind of swoop in, and you don't kind of get to explore that yourself, which would be a shame, wouldn't it?
And I'm glad I've done, because you would have never have got that opportunity, and I think it's something I would have never have done. It was never even a consideration.
Wow.
I entered awards and things, and I've been really successful, but to have my own.
Wow.
Yeah. So
absolutely amazing. What you've achieved is just unbelievable, and everyone in the industry recognises these awards. Everyone gets so excited, and the actual event itself, it's an amazing day, and you've really done so well.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
It's good. It's a lot of hard work. I didn't know how much I was biting off.
I can imagine.
When somebody's giving you that, you can't let that fail. Like, you have to make that work as a thanks, really, to the person that's giving you that opportunity.
That's so nice.
I can't throw the towel in here.
No, and I think as well, once you've come through difficulties and you can move forward and you kind of learn to tackle things individually, and then that helps you to grow as well.
Yeah, overcoming things you think, I'm not going to do that again. Like, I need to learn from that mistake, because there has been so many things that you wouldn't anticipate that you'd come across, and it's been a learning curve. But I think it's built me as a person and in my career hugely.
Yeah.
Really, really, it's been really, really rewarding, as stressful as it's been.
Do you feel like that's been a really good confidence booster as well for you?
Yeah, I do. And I'm fortunate in the fact that, especially when I had the training company, I had quite a big training company before I moved abroad. I was quite recognised in the industry, and I had contacts of amazing people in the industry that I could sort of lean on to get into to represent the awards, to sort of.
That's amazing. That's so helpful, isn't it?
Yeah, and I think that is support.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think it's amazing what you've done. I mean, to bring something so special to the industry, and I think it's such a challenging industry to be in. And I think without that recognition, it makes it very difficult for people to feel that confidence and feel like, okay, I'm good enough.
Yeah.
Because it's a very, very competitive market at the moment. And as you know, there's so many practitioners that are going everywhere to do this now, and it can become quite, you feel kind of lost almost in this big fish tank,
because he's getting, and saturated isn't the right word, because I do think there is room, but you're just this tiny fish in a big pond, and there are a lot of big names that are loud about how good they are. And I think if I was starting up now, I'd think, oh my God, and it would be quite daunting.
Yeah.
But I get so many messages through the awards for people saying, oh, maybe next year, oh, I don't think I'm good enough. And I look at their work and I think, yes, you are. You don't have 50,000 followers.
This is what I'm
saying.
always It's not. And I say this all the time, especially to students. I get students and they're like, they'll do amazing work and they'll do amazing lips and they'll say, oh, but I only have a few clients, or oh, I've got my Instagrams new. And I always say to them, you can't compare yourself to anyone else. You have to keep moving and keep looking forward and focusing on your journey and what you're doing. Because if we all compared ourselves to everyone else, there's always someone to compare to.
And social media is not real life.
No.
Like, it's all well and good. It looks great if you've got that many followers. But how many of them are converting into clients and paying your bills?
Yeah.
Probably 1% if you've got 30,000 followers.
That's so true. People see the followers and they think the more followers, the more success, but it's not always the case, is it?
You can buy followers.
Yeah.
It might cost you £50 and then you've got 100,000 followers. It's not real life, and it doesn't measure your success or your talent.
No.
So many people are scared and shy away from being proud about who they are and what they're doing because they don't match up to the amount of Instagram followers other people have.
It's sad, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it's really sad, especially for certain girls within the industry or certain people within the industry that don't have that awareness, because not everyone does. And I think a lot of the oldies, if you like, the originals from back in the day when we all started 10 years ago, we all kind of know that. But I think a lot of the new students that are coming onto the scene now, they don't really recognise these little things that are happening that aren't real. And I think that's a shame. But again, I think this is an amazing thing for the awards because everyone could come together, celebrate success together, and it's just a really nice vibe and a feeling.
Yeah,
it's amazing what you've done, honestly.
Thank you. And I've tried to make the awards, and I've done some things in previous years and thought, that doesn't really work, but to try and be transparent, to try and be fair. I know the first year when I was given the awards and sponsors were already lined up, I didn't set those rules, and somebody won a couple of awards that were a main sponsor, and I know that I personally got a lot of backlash, even though that was done prior to me taking over. So I've tried to make things so nobody can say, oh, but...
Yes, and that's quite difficult when you're on a large scale to achieve, I suppose. Which brings me on to my next question, is how do you choose the judges?
So we have an application process. You can apply to be a judge. You can put your interest forward. As you'll see, actually, there's a brochure coming out to all attendees that attend this awards, and it actually says in there about how I've selected judges. So there's one particular judge, my head judge. He is a practitioner to the Royals.
Oh.
He works in Dubai, lives in Dubai. He's a doctor, surgeon. He's the most amazing person. He's so great, and has the back of the awards 100% from day one. He's a really big cheerleader for the awards. So he's always takes his place every year. He says, can I be involved again? I'm like, absolutely.
That's so
it's
nice.
My pleasure to have you. But other than him, people apply to be a judge. And I want to see that you do give out the right message, like our ethos matches.
Oh, that's amazing. So you're very much checking that who the judges are coming through.
And that you're not a person that's advocating for things that isn't fair, that isn't inclusive.
Yeah.
Like the medic, non-medic thing. There's no good. We have a lot of medics on our judging panel, but if you can't advocate for non-medics as well in a in an awards that's inclusive to non-medics, that doesn't work for me.
Yes.
That's not going to be fair when it comes to judging. You know, I need people that I can trust, to be fair, that do give off the right message, that do want to be transparent, that are willing to say my reasons for this are this. They're not just they're going to be honest. If there is the best friend in the lineup, that's going to be transparent. I don't want anybody to question, why is this person won?
Definitely. And I think in a way what you've done there by kind of making that selection process so strict and so fair is you're actually really helping gap that bridge between the medics and non-medics. And actually that's another amazing thing about the awards. It's not just a place where we can come and celebrate. It's actually a place where we can bring everyone together, which is amazing. I think especially with everything that's been going on lately with the press and just this whole non-medic bash. It's awful.
Yeah, it is.
So this is a really nice space where everyone can come together. No one needs to worry. We've all got the same passion. We all want to achieve the same things.
Exactly.
And I think that just helps to really bring in them connections.
Yeah. And then an important thing was that the judge for that category was a master of that category. And there's no point me having somebody judging rhinoplasty if that's not a treatment that you offer. If that's not your forte, how can you judge that?
Exactly.
You know, it's like the wellness clinic. For me, that needed a doctor to judge that. So we have a doctor judging that. There was many people that applied to be a judge that were turned away. Just not because they weren't good enough, just because maybe what categories were left weren't in line with them. You know, it was important to me that it was fair, that it was, you know, a master of the social media. It isn't a practitioner that's judging that. It's somebody that is a master of marketing and social media. You know, I just felt like I wanted it to be as clear and concise as I could make it.
And I think that's brilliant. And I think that's what makes these awards so unique and so special, because it is so fair. And I think that will really come across as well on the day and on the night.
Hopefully.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it's going to be a good night.
So obviously when this was first handed to you, this was the British Aesthetic Awards, and it is now the International Aesthetic Awards. So how was that change kind of coming to fruition?
Well, there's a bit of a crazy story behind that. So I was given the business, and not long after we took over, obviously we had to set up our own company's house and things, we started getting letters from another awards, quite well known, in fact very well known, that is medic only.
Okay.
Wanting to take me to court for trying to imitate them. And I fought back and said, we're an all-inclusive awards company. We're not specifically medic only. I don't want people to think that we're you. I want to stand in our own right. But when I was given the company and the branding was set up, the logo, the name, everything like that was so similar. So I could understand a little bit, but they came with a fierce attack. Like,
oh, wow.
But I'm talking a multi-million pound company. I couldn't fight that.
So not only did you have the responsibility of this new company, you also had another company that were very well known
They wanted
fighting
to sue me
that
for tens
battle.
and tens of thousands of pounds.
Wow.
It was, and I thought, oh my God, what is going on?
So that would be enough to put most people off and to actually stop.
But I just thought, no, keep powering through. At that point, the lineup of judges were amazing. But what started to happen, it was an all-medic, don't quote me on that, I'm sure it was an all-medic panel of judges.
Okay.
And one by one, they started dropping off. So what we heard from a few was that they were told that they weren't be allowed in certain magazines if they carried on being associated with us. So they dropped off one by one. So I'm thinking, right, okay. Wow. Oh my God, this is intense, because it was getting closer and closer to the awards. At this point, we'd gone into COVID, we'd gone into lockdown. So the awards had to be virtual. So we filmed it all at a television studio. So luckily at that point, it wasn't something that we could invite judges to. So I just had to make it work. And I thought, wow, I just need to stop. Like, I can't do this for another year because this is intense. I'm thinking I'm going to lose everything here. And I don't know how much fight I've got in me. And then the awards went. Everybody was really, really happy. Lockdown happened. I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to do it again. I don't know why. Like an idiot. I thought, I'm going to rebrand. Like, this is my baby now. I took over midway through the year. That was somebody else's baby. I had to carry that on through. There was no good rebranding in the middle of the year. So we rebranded, and I thought, how can I be different? How can I be how I want to be? How can I make sure I don't look like I am affiliated with another awards company? How can I make sure I'm unique? So I looked for a gap in the market where there wasn't something. We know, and you'll see as well, how many talented practitioners there are practitioners there are from outside the UK.
Yeah.
Whether it be Russia, Poland especially. There are a lot in Spain. We have people from all over. Europe mainly. We do have quite a few entries from Dubai.
Oh, wow.
And a couple from Australia. And I thought, now we do, but I thought, how can I include everybody? And that's why we came up with the International Aesthetics Awards.
That's
I
amazing.
looked across any other companies, made sure our branding was completely unique, completely different. So this could never happen again.
Yeah.
And then they came back and tried to sue me again.
No, they didn't.
And I was just like, do you know what? No, they got my personal mobile number. This massive company used to ring and threaten me down the phone.
Did everything to make sure that it was totally separate. You got the new branding, and then it happened again.
Yeah.
Wow. And you're still here now
Yeah.
to tell the tale.
I just thought, do you know what? I'm not doing this. I haven't done anything wrong. You want to take me to court? Do it. And the second I stopped pushing back, they disappeared. And now we're another 4 years on. So I
And
think
now
we've kinda made our
everything's
mark
just,
now.
yeah,
We're
definitely.
not going anywhere.
And I think that perhaps the way that you approached it, you tailored everything to make sure that it was very clear
Yeah.
that no one's toes were being stepped on. And that's kind of what's made it so successful
Exactly. 'Cause
now.
I'm proud that we are inclusive. We're not an awards that says, oh, actually, this is your background, you can't enter. You know, this is where you've come from, you can't enter. I don't want to be affiliated with that.
No, this
You
is
know, I want that
absolutely
to be separate.
everybody that can
Yeah.
attend and join in, and it's just a really nice space to be and a safe place for everyone as well, to not feel like they're going to be attacked or
Exactly.
to be kind of judged for anything negative. Oh, wow.
So it's exciting that this year is going to be the first one. We had an 18-month gap when we came out of COVID before restarting. So this is the first one that's going to be an actual live gala. So this is so much more work. Because the others have all been sort of televised.
Yeah, which was the COVID.
Yes.
Yes, I was actually in Spain when that was televised, watching it on a small
Oh,
little
really?
iPad, and when the names were announced, I was like, whee!
Yeah.
on my own.
So yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah.
This is going to be how I'd envisioned it for the past few years. Because each year as it came round, I thought, it's going to be online again. It's going to be online again. So yeah, I'm excited that we're finally at the point where we can actually celebrate everybody together.
Yeah, definitely. And everyone can dress up, get a nice
Yes.
dress.
It's the best bit, isn't it?
Yeah.
Picking your dress.
So what would your advice be for entrants that are wanting to go into the awards?
First of all, believe in yourself. Too many people don't enter because they don't believe in themselves. They don't believe they're good enough. They don't. But you guys have no idea. So many people do enter and don't enter. You think might enter and don't. You think, oh, I could never be good enough. Do you know what? Just risk it. What have you got to lose? Because one of the things that I think my biggest bugbear is when I go through. So I don't judge this awards. I pass that on to the judges, but I collate all the evidence and I read through, and I think, I don't read through every single one, but I see what people submit, and I just think, you guys have paid to enter this awards. You've believed in yourself enough to jump off that first block.
Yeah.
Now is your time to shine. You get plenty of time to submit your evidence. Like, if you're worried about entering at first, make sure that you give the most kick-ass application and evidence you possibly can. Like, you can create this whole persona of what your business is. You can tell, it's your chance to shout from the rooftops who you are, why you deserve it. And a lot of people do, but I see some evidence come through and I think, really?
Yeah.
Like, that's how you can tell me how badass you are. And I think people they enter and they think, oh yeah. And then it's last minute, it's the deadline's coming to submit your evidence, and they just throw anything together. And I think,
Oh, and they've just rushed it.
Yeah.
It's such a shame, isn't it?
There's
Because it
people, I
is a
think-
big step to take that, to say, okay, I'm going to enter, I think I'm good enough, and then not to do the
if you
evidence.
don't place when you know you could have placed, that's going to be such a confidence knock.
Yeah.
But you have that time period. There's long enough given. There's months upon months given to submit your evidence. You can make that the most incredible piece of evidence so the judges can't forget you. They can't ignore you. The best thing you can do as an entrant is put something. A lot of people didn't write the statements where you get 1,000 words to say why you've earned this place. Make sure it says something that the judges can't forget.
Yeah.
Give them that
That's great
lasting
advice.
image in their head where they think, wow. And then even when they've gone on to read, when you've gone to read the next one, a lot of them you've forgotten what the last one said.
Yeah.
'Cause I judge other awards, like I said, I don't judge my own, and a lot of them I've forgotten who I've just read. So if you can make something in yours, there's that lasting thing that's going to linger on that judge's mind where they think, oh wow. You know, a lot of people put in, this is probably the wrong term, but sad stories of how they've come to be where they are, or what. We've all got challenges, and I wouldn't overcoming things we all overcome, and I think that that's a good thing, but I wouldn't necessarily include things that are not relevant. A lot of things, people give their life stories that are not relevant. It takes away from this massive achievement that you have got in the industry. Keep it focused on why you have entered this award, why your work is outstanding, why you deserve whatever title it might be that you've gone in for.
So that's really good advice then. So stick to the achievement and what you've achieved within your work, rather than kind of give too much background information on how you've got to where you've got.
Yeah.
Because I suppose you're right. The awards is about the success and celebrating the success of the actual current achievement.
Exactly.
So
We've
that's
got
really great
the Rising
advice.
Star category, which you've got to be in the industry. I can't remember if it's 12 or 24 months. That's the perfect place to put the challenges you've overcome getting in the industry. But if you're 10 years in, focus on what is more recent, how you've come to be as amazing and known or skilled as you are, rather than worrying about what happened 10 years ago, because that's what people that have been in the industry a longer period of time are going to be focusing on, where they are now, what they have achieved during that period, rather than the struggles they had 10, 15 years ago.
Absolutely. And that makes complete sense.
As well with photos, we've all got the up-to-date, whether it be iPhone, Android, make your pictures clear. One thing I've seen a lot is a lot of pictures are in different lighting.
Right.
Ring lights
okay.
are the way forward. Take out your natural light, have it all ring light, have the same angles, because although it's probably not been genuinely done like that, done from different angles puts the question in people's mind of, is that right, or is it just a change of angle that's made those results look like they are?
Okay.
Same lighting, same angles. Try and use something where you've not got Pixar or, some logoed thing from an app in the bottom corner. So the best app to use is Layout. It doesn't give you any borders. It doesn't give
Something
you any...
nice and fresh.
Exactly, and it's absolutely free.
Okay.
Try and keep away from too much busyness. Obviously, we all want our logo or some kind of watermark on there. We know what social media is like, but try and not let that take away the attention. Natalie Page has got a really good watermark that it's all over, but it's so faint that nobody could take her pictures, but it's not taking away the quality
From the
of
actual
pictures.
work.
Whereas some
Okay.
logos are on and they're such bright colours. They're great logos, but I wouldn't put them on your pictures.
Okay.
We tried to do no watermarked photos, so it was more impartial for the judges. But what we found is a lot of people, they watermark the pictures, delete the original, because I don't know about you, I've got 85,000 pictures
Yes.
in my camera.
I am exactly the same.
And it didn't work. So we had to take that away. So make you watermark, especially for what you give to the judges. Take anything away that's going to distract their eye. Let them focus on what it is that they're looking at and keep the angles the same, so nobody can question, is that right, or is it a change of lighting? I have to put the light in a different angle to get the best pictures. Just
Okay.
be so transparent.
And you allow the entrants to do video submission?
Yeah, you can submit videos as well. But again, what I did find, some people submit videos, some people didn't. The videos tended to be a bit more generic and a bit more vague, rather than focusing on what it is that we're looking at.
So what should people expect when they arrive at the awards?
So this year, like I said, it's the first in-person one, where it's starting off with, so we've got two different options for the day. You can either have a VIP ticket, which is a full day event, or you can just have your evening gala. So if you come into the full day event, we start at 11 o'clock and we're having what's called the networking summit. So we've got 10 of what I like to think is the most powerful, influential. It has been women, but it doesn't necessarily have to be women in the industry. And what we're going to do, it's quite a unique setup that somebody gave me the idea of when I was brainstorming how I wanted it to work. So we're going to start off with two guest speakers that are going to speak to everybody, and then we're going to go into like a speed dating kind of
Oh,
thing. And when they put this idea to me, I thought, what? So we've got 100 guests that are coming as VIPs to the day event. And there's going to be the 10 different speakers, and you get to go around. So as a VIP guest, you go to a speaker's table, you learn all about what they want to tell you. So I've made each of the tables quite unique, quite individual, so you're not getting bored, you're not feeling like, oh my God, this is repetitive. We've got some hands-on skill building, so injecting different little bits going on. I don't want to give too much away.
so it's really full on then,
Yes.
and really
Yeah,
exciting.
I want the VIPs to take away as much as they possibly can in that time. And then once the 30 minutes is up, they're going to swap to the next table, find out what the next speaker has got. And then we've got all of the speakers are going to be either giving something away. There's going to be a chance to win different things. I know we've got one speaker giving away a £4,000 course.
Wow.
We've got people giving away a free entry to different things. There's so much going on. So that'll go on. And then we've got lunch for the VIPs. That's going to go on until 3 o'clock. The guys get to go away, get ready, glamour.
Dress up for the
Yeah,
evening.
we've got a load of makeup artists coming in for a lot of the people that are attending.
Oh,
so there'll be
wow.
makeup artists floating around the hotel. And then in the evening, we start about 6:30 with a champagne reception. We've got the most incredible events company, like incredible. I've been to a few of their events before. They do a cancer charity ball every year, which has actually just been a couple of days ago. And they are out of this world.
Oh,
So I
wow.
thought, when I knew that I was having this, I was like, I need you.
You want
I
the
need
same
your
one.
company, honestly. So they're coming in and know that they're going to absolutely blow it away. We've got a singer from X Factor. She's going to be performing. We've got an Ibiza DJ. We've got so much going on. And the food choice, when I picked the menu, that's the best bit. That's the bit I'm looking forward to most.
This event is going to be
gonna be so good.
it's not to be missed
We've
at
got
all, is
photo
it?
booths, 360 booths. We've got
Wow.
so much going on.
Wow.
So much. Free-flowing champagne. It's going to
So
be...
you have literally not missed a single trick with this event.
I hope not. I've been
No
thinking,
pressure, Victoria.
What have I missed? What have I missed? There must be something. Is there anything? Oh, honestly, we've got the best photographer, videographer attending to make sure you're all getting... Because I don't know about you, whenever I've been, I look back at my phone reel, I'm like, oh, 3 photos, great.
Because you're enjoying yourself
Exactly.
and you're not thinking about
Exactly.
taking the photographs. That's really nice to have a videographer there as well. That'd be great.
Yeah, I'm hoping to capture as much as I possibly can, but so that we can give it to the people who've entered, the winners. You know, even if you haven't placed, just the pictures to see you having the best time, meeting the most influential people, because everybody that's coming to the VIP to be a guest speaker will all be there in the evening, give you a chance to mingle, to get to know industry leaders better. Share a few tequila roses, I'm sure. There's been a lot of those floating around. So yeah, I think I am so excited.
I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait. This is going to be the event of the year.
I hope so.
And it sounds like you have literally thought of everything to just make it amazing.
I've tried.
And I think following the fact that we didn't get a live event with COVID, it was such a shame. You've definitely sound like
I
you've
want to
made
blow
up
it out
for
the
it.
water,
Yeah.
literally. Go hard or go home.
Yeah, definitely. So I've ordered 2 dresses for the event.
Me too. Not tried any on. I'm having one made. I've got to go to the fitting of that tomorrow. One hadn't got delivered, so my husband's flying in with that. And
He's flying in with your dress.
Yeah, I'm thinking if none of these fit, I'm going to be like, oh God.
So you're bringing the princess vibes as well.
I might bring my birthday suit if none of them fit.
My dress number 1 has came, but I haven't tried it on yet. And dress number 2 is not being delivered until Friday. So that's really pushing it to the wire, I know.
Where have you bought them from?
So I've got my first dress from Nadine Marabi.
Oh, nice. There's a few girls that are wearing.
Yeah. And the second dress I've got from Revolve. Have you ever shopped at Revolve?
I've seen it and I've been on it a few times. I've never purchased anything, but I have seen it a few times.
Yeah, I've got a really nice dress. And I'm hoping there's nothing worse than turning up to a gala and someone's got the same dress. So that's kind of where I went with the second option, because I thought, I don't think anyone's going to have this dress, but they might have the
always run up
first.
to your hotel room, get changed.
That's what I mean. I'm going to be turning up to the hotel with 2 dresses, 2 lots of shoes, makeup.
You'd be gutted, wouldn't you, if somebody had the same on?
Yeah.
I'm sure I've done that at an event once. But that's why I tend to always get them made. And I've used the same dressmaker for years.
Because then it's bespoke to you.
Yeah. So mine's inspired by Kylie Jenner.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
she's done a dress recently and I thought, wow. So I've just kind of done an adaptation of that and then just trusted my dressmaker to put her own spin on it. Like I said, she dressed me for years, so...
Oh, that's amazing. Everyone's going to look so beautiful.
Yeah. I think with the strict black ties that everybody's got to be in, a lot of the women worried that they had to wear black, but I'm like, no, black ties mainly just for the men and for you to be OTT.
Yeah.
Like, really dress up to the night. So your chance to just feel amazing. I love nothing more than getting so dressed up coming to these events.
Having a nice meal, drinking a bit of champagne, chatting,
Just feeling
networking.
$1 million.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, when I'm in clinic every day, I come out like a troll. I think I've made everybody beautiful. I catch that myself, think,
This is literally me on a day in and day out basis. I come to work sometimes and I think, oh my gosh, like,
I thought I'd treat myself. I did some polynucleotides under my eyes just before I left. Under this makeup, I've got 2 black eyes.
No.
They're not really bad. Just in the corner a little bit here, I thought, oh, why did I do
just
that
quick
so
10
close?
minutes between.
So if you constantly see me topping up my makeup at the awards, you know why.
So what I really want to know is how you ended up in Gibraltar.
Well, to be honest, I'd never even heard of Gibraltar, and I bet people watching this are like, where? So it's at the bottom of Spain, but it is UK territory. So what happened, I have an online learning platform where people can learn from all over the world. They can become an aesthetics practitioner on it, but like skill building, different things.
Upskill.
Yeah. And we have international people on there, people from different countries. And lockdown hit, again, the word story where every story starts. And one of the practitioners from Gibraltar, they weren't in lockdown at the time, asked if I would fly out to do some masterclasses with her. And at that point, because she was still travelling within the UK, essentially, I could travel there. I couldn't work in the UK because I think we weren't in lockdown, but our industry couldn't work.
Yes.
So I just thought, why the hell not? So I took my family with me.
Okay.
Perfect excuse for
Brave.
holidays. We couldn't go anywhere else. I think it was nearly a week's worth of masterclasses with this practitioner. And as I got to know the area, I thought, this is a place that's lacking in our industry. It's a very, very small place. 30,000 people live there. It's like a little village. And I just thought, my husband said, we'll live here one day. And I thought, no, it's too small. But so I set up with a salon there to do monthly clinics. And then it all of a sudden became my happy place. I loved going there every month. I thought, can't wait to go, and I'd just relax, even though I was still there working. Yeah, and then I built friends there, like really strong friendship groups, and I couldn't wait till the next time I was going. My children absolutely adored being there, and it helped that it was English speaking.
Yeah.
And it got to the point after 2 years of flying out every month that I thought, I'm in a position now where I can decide what I want to do. Where do I want to be? My eldest daughter had just come in to be a teenager. We know what high school's like for teenagers. She wasn't having the best time. And I just thought, do you know what? Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just bite the bullet, go for it, take the chance. A bit like what you've done with the awards.
I just wing it.
This is a running theme here, isn't it, with you?
And I thought it would always be a pipe dream. I never thought I'd be brave enough, especially having children. I just thought, do you know what? Just do it. I can always go back home. But I sold everything. I'm not sure how I could have gone back home.
Wow. You are the definition of a risk taker then, we could probably say.
Literally. So it was like there was no room for me to fail. It had to work. And that's the mindset I always need to be in, that I am plan A, I am plan B. There is no other plan. So it has to work.
You have to make it work, and you have to, whatever I think you come across that is a stumbling block, you have to come up with a way to fix it.
Yeah. I'm not a person that just throws the towel in.
No.
I find a way to get over it, get under it, get around it, whatever way I need to go, I get past the obstacle. And we've been there over a year now. And no regrets, absolutely none. Do you know, it's been difficult. It's been, setting up business has been difficult. I think everybody assumes it's like the UK. It's absolutely not.
It's very difficult. I have this clinic in Spain myself, so people just do not realise what you have to do to work internationally. It isn't
easy.
It's not.
A lot of people think because it's UK territory that the rules are the same. It is not. Oh my God, it's so difficult to be there. And you get people that, because it is a small place, they don't want you on their patch.
Yep.
You know, and I'm quite a friendly person. I'll get on with anybody and I'll help anybody. But you get people that think, who's this? You know, and until people start
and because it's such a small place as well.
Exactly.
It can feel probably quite intimidating at first.
And even now we still have obstacles to overcome with the business, but it's all worth it. To see the life that my family have got now, the life that my children have got.
Incredible.
It's so worth it.
Oh, lovely.
Would you ever move to Spain?
No, I don't think so. I've been going backwards and forwards there now for 8 years.
Have you?
8 years I've been going backwards and forwards from Spain. But I used to live there, which was a bit easier. But now because I don't live there anymore, it's a lot of travel, and I've got an 8-year-old.
It does get exhausting, doesn't it?
Oh, it's exhausting.
Because obviously I probably travelled as much as you did until I moved. I mean, I still do it a lot. I still come back here every month. But yeah, I totally feel you. And at some point you just think, oh, God.
You just feel like you live on a plane.
Yeah. And it is hard when you've got kids.
It is hard, especially when they're little and they're like, oh, where are we going?
Yeah.
Sad, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's how we provide them a nice life, isn't it?
That's true. And I think that they do know and they do realise what we do for them.
Yeah.
It's just,
and they will when they're older, when they've had all these experiences that other children haven't had. They've been places and It's all because the mum's gone at work and
Yeah,
been
definitely.
a badass. It's right though. Like,
Yeah.
you don't see women hustle so hard now.
Oh God, I think back in the day it would always be the guy hustling.
Yeah.
But now I think women have so stepped it up,
Yeah.
and the men are like, okay,
Yeah.
you know,
They just
like,
need to up their game now.
yeah, like
Get
us
on a
women
par with
are
us again.
carrying a lot.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think women are just literally taking over. I think it's scary for men. I think powerful women intimidate men.
Yeah,
love it.
definitely. This
Absolutely.
was something else I wanted to ask you actually. Do we have a lot of men attending the International Aesthetic Awards?
We've got a male athletics category. So many men are coming into the industry now.
It's amazing. So if any men are watching this, what advice would you give them to push them forward into the next year's categories?
I think there are such incredibly talented men that I'm seeing more and more coming into the industry. I can't think off the top of my head, it's an all-male clinic. All the practitioners are male. They do treat females. And their work just looks so, so good. But I think because we are a female-dominated industry, they kind of shy away from getting too heavily involved. But as you'll see, there are quite a few men coming in. My husband works in the industry, and I think him being does boxing as well. He's quite a big,
quite a
manly
manly
man.
man, yeah.
I think that gives people less of a complex, if that's the right word, about coming into something like this. And that's what I want to push because, like I said to you before, it is an inclusive awards company. I want to see.
So this is perhaps a stigma that we can kind of help and change and move forward.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I think
There
the
is
more
too much
men we can
stigma.
see at these events, the better.
Men are incredibly talented, and especially because we include permanent makeup, there are so many good male permanent makeup artists.
Yeah.
So hopefully, some might tiptoe into the water with the permanent makeup, but I see such great practitioners in aesthetics.
Amazing. Amazing. We need to see more of the guys then, don't we?
Bring on the men.
So what are your future plans for the awards?
I do have a lot of ideas in the pipeline. So I've thought I want to come in hard with this one, make it the big wow factor, get everybody talking about it, be it the awards that's literally at the tip of everyone's tongue. When everyone thinks of aesthetics awards, they think of us before I go even bigger. I have some insanely big plans. I don't want to give away too much, but there are things similar in different industries, but it isn't
Okay.
seen in our industry.
So you're bringing something new to the table.
Something really, really unique, something that I think the industry needs, and everybody's going to literally revel in.
Oh, wow.
I
So
don't
you're
wanna
working
give it
on
away,
this
but-
project now?
Yeah, and I'm hoping that the next awards that we do, the next gala that we do, will include it. So obviously we're celebrating this, because of the way that timings fell, we're celebrating this time the talent of 2023, which I know confused people. So what I want to do is get straight back on the horse, open the entries from May to have our next gala in December. So we're celebrating it within that year. But from when we restarted, there wasn't enough time to have it all pan out and have the awards last year.
That makes sense.
So towards the end of the year, towards Christmas, we're going to hopefully have our next one, which, fingers crossed, will include this big thing. It's going to be absolutely huge.
How much can I squeeze out of you about what this is
The
without
industry
you giving
leaders
it
are gonna
away?
be just as talented, just incredible. You might see the same ones again, but the way that we're going to deliver things, what we're going to give to attendees, what we're going to give to VIPs is off the scale.
Okay.
Literally off the scale. What you'll take away from the event, it'll just be phenomenal.
Amazing. That's so exciting.
It is.
Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking the pressure. I'm already feeling the pressure, thinking, oh God, this is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot. But
We have to feel the pressure and do it
Yeah.
anyway.
that's
Otherwise,
when we perform under pressure.
exactly. And I think if we don't have that pressure and we don't push forward, what does the industry have?
Exactly. We need people that are willing to do that extra bit to get growth
I
in the
agree.
industry.
I agree.
Hopefully, it is. I'm going to be confident. It is all going to pan out. And
Definitely.
it's going to be incredible.
And I think the industry's going in such an amazing direction at the minute. And I think that's because of people like yourself, Victoria. So you should be really proud of
Thank you.
yourself.
It's driving forward fast.
Definitely.
It's good. All in the right way.
Yeah, perfect. So it's been really nice to talk to you. I'm so happy that you've come in to speak to me.
I'm grateful that you asked me. It's an honour to be here.
Oh, that's so nice. And it's been so nice. This is such a new podcast. So it's been amazing to have some industry leaders, some powerful women. So yeah, I'm sure that the listeners have really enjoyed watching you.
Thank you. Thank you for
for-
having me. I've
You're
enjoyed it.
welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of Back in a Mill. I know that you've enjoyed this episode as much as I have, and we'll see you soon.